What happened? What went wrong? What started out as being a capacity test turned into a learning event. What you need to know about me is that I'm very well versed in batteries and battery technology. I recycle batteries, do NOR tests, and make my own safe packs with the appropriate BMS. Since I do that, I wasn't aware that not all companies have safety features on the batteries. What started out as a simple capacity test for a Dewalt and Dewalt clone ended up teaching me that some low voltage cutoffs, even though the battery is a standalone device, may be in the tool itself. A little research ahead of time would have made this obvious. Let's start out from the beginning with a head-to-head capacity test on a Dewalt 4 amp hour battery and a claimed 6 amp hour clone. Everything was proceeding according to plan, so I walked away only to come back to a very low voltage situation. I was reading 6 to 7 volts on both batteries. I might have caught this just in time. No indicator lights were on the batteries, and they wouldn't charge. So I did the old trick of a fresh battery and connected positive to positive, negative to negative, to push enough energy to allow the charging process to resume. I won't explain decomposition of the anode and dendrite formation in this video, but I can tell you dropping each cell below 2 volts can end up with permanent damage. Getting back to the original plan with 2 freshly charged batteries and the alarm set to 15.5 volts above the 15.3 volt Dewalt tool cutoff, I continued the original capacity test. Once finished, both batteries had similar results. The Dewalt 4 amp hour pack ended up with 3.35 amp hours, while the clone 6 amp hour pack ended up with 3.5 amp hours. Now the fun part, the battery teardown. Both batteries are similar with limited and small BMS and the same gauge power wire. This is by design because the majority of the battery safety is in the tool itself. I'm not a big fan of limited BMS, but I can understand why they do that. You are simply not supposed to use unbranded tools. Here are my final thoughts. Some manufacturers like DeWalt, Makita, and Milwaukee in most cases choose to put the low voltage cutoff in the tool rather than the battery pack. So if you're a fan, like me, of third-party inverters, mini dusters, battery adapters, and other non-branded tools, you can damage your packs if you don't regularly check the power meter. On the other hand, Ryobi and Rigid do have larger BMSs with low voltage cutoff in their batteries, making them a little heavier and bulky, but a better choice for third-party tools. I hope this information helps, and I'll be back with more testing electronic equipment.